guys, welcome to another edition of the Space Age podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about prefabrication, and we're going to be talking with someone in our net team. And that person we're talking to today that I have with me is Phil Anderson. Hey, Phil, I'm glad that you're here today. Can you take a little bit of time and introduce yourself and tell me a little bit about what you do?
Sure. My name is Phil Anderson. I'm part of the net team. I'm the manager of the net team where all the magic happens for your prefabrication solutions. I've been with Space Age Electronics for about 7 years, have a background in graphic design and engineering.
Well, what the heck is net, Phil?
Net, that's a good question, Kasey. Net is an acronym because our industry doesn't have enough acronyms, and it stands for No Excuses Team. No Excuses is a motto that Space Age has been using for over 2 decades. It comes from No Excuses, Just Solutions. And that's kind of where our team specializes in, is just the solutions portion of that. So that's really where it kind of comes from.
So when you mean solutions, well, I mean, first, the part of the reason I wanted to have you on the podcast, Phil, is to talk about prefabrication specifically,
Yep,
and prefabrication falls within the net,
it sure does.
and so you are the kind of the lead guy in net. Is that what you do?
Yeah, that's what I do. That's my circus, I suppose. So what we do in the net team is we take our already large catalog of cabinets, relays, and surges, and we give them an alternative home to be used kind of outside themselves in a greater solution. So we've taken, like I said, our large catalog of stuff, and we kind of run it through the process of our panel view line, which is just custom enunciators, smoke controls, and that's all custom wiring. And we were getting some requests for prefabrication. It didn't quite have a home. So we took the knowledge that we have through our catalog of, Gator relays, Eclipse Surge, and Panel View and Acer Box, and we put them together.
So, well, yeah, it seems like that's kind of how it started, and that's how I understood it was. Space Age already builds, like you said, we already build smoke control graphic enunciators. We do some other large custom projects for people, and we just wanted to start offering that to all of our customers. Is that kind of how prefabrication started with Space Age and with the net?
Yeah, that's how it started. I mean, we saw a need, or we were getting requested for a need to help out people in the field with their more repetitive electrical work. Everyone's wiring together four square boxes and junctioning through pipes, or you have one large project that's going to be really labor intensive with wiring. And we can go ahead and take care of that for you with some of our expertise in doing it here with our IPC certified staff.
Well, so okay, hold on. I want to know what IPC means in a second, but I had a quick question. Uh, what are the most common prefabrication requests you have for a project?
The most common prefab requests we get right now are elevator recall, which is you're going to see anywhere that has an elevator in a building. That comes with or without an electrical shunt trip, fan and damper control, and really large surge cabinets where you have multiple surges of, varying protection in one enclosure.
So it's like so when you say surge cabinet, it's like a terminal cabinet that we just add our surge protectors to, and then it's kind of already done for you. You just kind of land it like a normal terminal cabinet.
100%. And we will
Okay.
label everything for you.
Okay. And then what was that other thing? IPC or ABC? What'd you say?
It's IPC certification, and that's something that everyone's gone through multiple times here at Space Age. You have to get pre-certified for it. That's really just the international standard for any like electrical component work, PC board related items. So it really just keeps everyone up to speed on what we need to know, what's a defect product and what class things really fall into. All of our stuff's class 4. It's life safety.
So meaning you have to run the wires a certain way, like coming from the fire alarm technician side, it's like you can't zip tie a low voltage wire to something that's going to be 120.
Exactly.
Okay.
From exactly how to run the wire to how much bend of a certain gauge you can put in a wire, how you can even splice two wires together. There's codes and standards for all of that, and we get trained here on it.
Well, yeah, if you bend the wire too much and you kink it, you're going to get a backup of electricity, and then you undo it, and it's going to be a lot of electricity coming. right?
Oh, yeah, exactly, like a hose, right?
Yeah, like when your Ethernet cable is kinked, the internet slows down,
Yeah,
and you
then
let it go, and all the internet comes out at once.
all of it.
Okay, that's how I understood it.
That's how it works.
Um, which fire alarm brands are the most? Because we work with all brands. I like the term brand agnostic for space
Well,
age. Which fire alarm brands do you think you do the most uh, prefabrication net solutions for? What's the most common?
I think the most common one for us is probably going to fall into Gamewell FCI, whether it's their notifier brand or otherwise. The other most
At
common,
least that's Honeywell.
Honeywell.
We're gonna get beat up if you say Gamewell FCI, their notifier brand. So Honeywell products,
Honeywell
Gamewell
products, I
FCI
apologize.
notifier.
But
I'm gonna get beat up if we don't correct that.
and you're the man on the field. You're the face. So they'll
Well,
tell you.
I'm stuck in my house for a bit, but yeah. So you said elevator recall, damper control. Usually it kind of coordinates probably with our smoke control that we're offering or some type of graphic enunciation. Um, okay, so say I'm a new customer and I've been interested in prefabrication. How would I start? Where do I start to get prefabrication from Space Age?
The best way to get started with doing prefabrication with Space Age, get on the website, find out which one of our 6 regionals are in your area, give them a call, shoot them an email. We've supplied a couple times. We have these net sample books that really just have a boilerplate. This is what a basic solution looks like. Does this fit for you? Does it not fit for you? We're more than happy to change anything from putting your company's labeling, your brand, your contact information to evening. And this is where I really like it too, is specifying the specific verbiage on the terminal blocks for what your installers use actually out in the field and how they talk.
That's a good point. I think because as I travel around the country, people call even just the flashing little button that has a firefighter's hat on it. Some
Mhm.
call it hat flash. Some call it fire hat. Some call it hat. So so it's really interesting how, like you said, you can get specific to even what the label says. What else can you specify on one of these prefabrication? How deep can you get into it?
We can get pretty deep into it. We like to start off with suggesting that you do branding and putting where to best contact you for further products down the road
Like
or
so
for
branding on the outside of the cabinet.
yeah, branding on the outside of the cabinet with your logo. We spend a lot of time making sure that people's brands are recognized here. And you can do that on either our document enclosures or these specific custom wired solutions. And you can also get it down to pre-addressing the modules, which is pretty deep as far as customization. We supply that service as well.
So you actually will. So how does someone get you the modules, or do you guys ever send out something that doesn't have the modules that could be field installed?
Of course, I mean we're dealing with delays everywhere these days.
Hmm.
So, with shortages on supplies and materials, we can go ahead and supply everything from the wires directly to where the terminals would be. We'll supply you with a drawing that shows exactly what the module that's going to be in there is, and all the wiring is labeled for you. So when you do get your hands on the modules, you can go ahead and pop those into the field pretty easy. Saves you some time.
Okay. So yeah. I mean, especially within this year, there's definitely a lot of delays with everything around us. So I know I've used that a few times where we're waiting for modules from who's some factory and they just put it in the field and they worry about it later. Because if you get a box on the wall, it's kind of one step, and then the last step might be putting the module in, a week or a few weeks before your actual fire alarm inspection. How many people are on the net team?
We've got 3 people right now. Mindless plug, if you're looking to join the net team and you're in the Massachusetts area, we'd be more than happy to talk to you. But we're really 3 guys, and we come with just different specific skills. Peter Bergeron, he has a long background with graphic design, and he takes care of our branding, a lot of our labeling, and make sure that everyone's information is well read. Ray Peckham's been with Space Age Electronics for I think 16, 17 years at this point. He's worked in every area. He comes from a lot of the custom wiring areas here. I started about 8 years ago. I went through the panel view team. So I did a lot of custom wiring and solutions. I had a slight engineering background. So we kind of come together as a team and make our group.
And so, but these are all made in the factory. You guys aren't the ones actually doing the wiring. You're doing the design, right?
Correct. Our role for the net team is design the back and forth, going over the various revisions to get it to the final product, and then we have another group of four guys out in the production floor who actually put everything together.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it is four guys on the floor.
Yep, four guys on the floor.
I didn't realize it was that. That sounds like that's a good name for a band.
Yeah.
Um, I was trying to think of the questions I had for you. Th- this is now I know Space Age has three different factories,
Yep.
uh,
Yeah.
and this all happens in Sterling, right?
This all happens in Sterling. Sterling is our headquarters, and it's also where all of the custom things get done. All other facilities are really to take care of our other catalog items, from terminal cabinets, document boxes, and etc. Here is where the more unique kind of off custom or off standard products get done.
Okay. Well, I can't think of anything else I wanted to ask. I actually learned a lot. I did not expect to learn this much from you, Phil,
Awesome.
and that's not a dig against you.
That's all right. That's all right.
So yeah, hey Phil, thanks for spending some time with me today. Now to all of those who listen, thank you so much for listening to this edition of the podcast. Once again, this is a new podcast method and thing that we're doing at Space Age. If you'd like to get more information about uh, prefabrication or about the net team or any other products and solutions that we offer, please go to onesae.com. That's our website, or feel free to reach out to any of the BDMs or any other people you see from Space Age on LinkedIn. And then remember, once again, that website is onesae.com. Hey guys, thanks for watching today.